Hello and welcome to the pilot episode of the Miniatures Rundown podcast. I'm CJ.
I'm Josh.
And we're here to talk about everything under the sun.
Well, everything under the miniature sun.
Under the miniature sun. Under the purple sun. Ooh.
Is that more or less dangerous than the black hole sun?
I don't know.
At least it sounds better.
But, look, it's been a week, all right? So hey, we're gonna start off. This is gonna be, I hate to say it's gonna be formulaic, but we're gonna kind of go through stuff as it goes. And the first thing we've got is what we have played in the last fortnight.
What you been up to?
I've played a lot of 40K.
What are you playing?
Let's see. Black Templars mostly. Shocker, right? I had a really, really fun night of painting nothing but Templars, like the night before a big 2,000 point game.
Yeah.
I just I'm knocking these out. I have a full painted army on the table. Doesn't look good, but it's there.
Hey, a fully painted army looks better than any army that isn't fully painted.
That's true. But yeah, I've mostly been playing Templars, and then in lieu of 40K last Monday, I played Necromunda instead.
Oh, yeah.
So
Who'd you play Necromunda with?
Evan, he's one of the guys.
Okay, yeah.
We have a group of guys. I'll talk to you about this later. Actually,
Yeah.
A small group of guys that's learning Necromunda, but they're
Yeah.
not. They can't devote a Saturday to it, in addition to all the other stuff they've got going on. So that's it's basically just our small crew.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Necromunda, I played my very first game of Necromunda last Saturday, actually.
yeah, did you bottle out almost immediately after losing two guys like I did?
I won both games.
Oh, nice.
The first one I played against Mitchell and his Van Sar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Outcasts, so the new Outcasts team. I've always been interested in Necromunda, but Gesundheit.
Thank you.
I never found a team that called to me, like that I really wanted to play. But these Outcasts, which are they're not part of a gang, they're not one of the houses. They're just the dregs and the people who band together because they have to. Their lore and their models and their fact that they can use any of the dramatis personae, which is the hero characters, as a leader, really
That's helpful.
grabbed me. So I bought the box, bought the book, built a team.
Yep.
I have a very when the Kellermorph first came out, I converted him into something more human looking.
Yeah.
And I'm using him as my leader.
Oh,
and in the Outcasts book, there is a character for whom there is not a model yet, which is a ex-Palanite enforcer.
Oh.
Dual wielding pistols like my Kellermorph. And even has a cape like my converted Kellermorph. It worked great, so I'm using him as my leader.
Cool.
I played 2 games versus Van Sar. On turn 1, I charged his leader and thought this is going to be great. Van Sar is easy and squishy. And then his Van Sar leader punched my Outcast to death.
Bonk.
Yeah, because Outcasts are really bad. But there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them, yeah.
There's a lot of them. They're the horde of Necromunda.
Yeah.
Second game was a 3-hour game, I think.
Holy shit.
Because neither of us would bottle, but neither of us would roll higher than a 2. We ended the game when my opponent finally failed a bottle roll on his leader. Bottle roll?
Yeah.
Bottle roll, bottle roll, bottle roll. Say that 10 times fast.
No.
Don't. I had 2 guys left. He had 2 guys left. He was playing Orlok. His heavy bolter killed 5 of my guys, and his leader with power pick just one at a time killed 6 of my guys. I would charge him, thinking, I'm going to get the hit in. Yeah, he grabbed the hammer. We were not playing No Items, Fox Only Final Destination. We were playing Hyrule Temple. All items.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a great time. It's not a perfect game. There's niggles I have about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fact that most attacks are 1 dice.
Yeah.
Really makes you feel the swing of a d6.
Whew, yeah.
And when you're hitting on 4s, as most Outcasts are naturally,
Yeah.
oh boy, you really feel those 1s and 2s or those 3s. There's a lot of missed attacks. You really feel how... it's not a balanced game, and it's not designed to be.
No, it's definitely not. This is not a competitive game, folks.
No, it is a game designed for campaign. We're playing a campaign.
Well, there you go.
But I had a lot of fun. I look forward to playing.
That's good.
We'll touch more on a segue from Necromunda later when we talk about our Kickstarters campaigns.
Yeah.
But then I also got back into AOS for the first time in
About time.
4 months, I think.
Freaking jeesh.
Yeah. I bought into the Stormcast dragons because
Mhm.
dragons are cool.
Yep. See our previous video about those.
But I didn't want to play a brand new army my first time playing again.
Right.
So I decided to play Cities of Sigmar, which is
Oh.
my former army. And my current army still. I still play them. I still love them.
Mhm.
But I put the dragon in there.
Okay.
And then I needed something else to fill points. So I ended up playing a Tempest's Eye list, which was Krondus, so the magic dragon. 20 Phoenix Guard, 20 Dread Spears, 20 Free Guild.
Oh, yeah.
And an Ironclad. So there was... I had 1,090 points in 2 models.
Sheesh.
It was very fun.
Yeah, I bet.
I squeaked out a win barely. It was more of a draw,
Mhm.
but because I ended up playing someone who was playing Stormcast themselves.
Okay.
So I outnumbered them, but not much because I was playing with a dragon and an Ironclad. If you're not familiar, Tempest's Eye can take... All the Cities of Sigmar can take 1 and 4 Stormcast, but Tempest's Eye can take 1 and 4 Caradron, and those do stack. So 2 out of every 4 of your units don't have to be Cities of Sigmar. Very fun.
Tell me you want to play Cities of Sigmar without actually playing Cities of Sigmar. Yeah.
Yeah. What other army and what other game can you put a steampunk boat next to a giant magic dragon and have everything make sense?
Yep, for sure.
Part of why I love AOS.
But yeah, so as far as my Necromunda game goes, I play Palanites because I'm an awful person. And I played against Goliaths. Don't get into close combat with Goliaths.
Because they're an awful person, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I see how this is going.
Yeah. We rolled up a random mission, and I was just like, haha, I have you surrounded. And he's like, haha.
You have me surrounded.
You have me surrounded, you fool. I'm like, oh.
See, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me thing.
It really was that. And yeah, he beat the crap out of me.
Beat the corpse starch out of you?
Yeah, for sure. And like, you know what? Fair. I domed out 2 of his guys in the first turn though, and then he was just like, "Oh well, let me get within big talk for somebody within shotgun range."
Yeah,
and it was just like blam 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 blam. 9 cops dead. And then bottle tests happened, and it was just like, well,
bye.
Let's see. My first engagement with the Templars was great. I was fighting Space Wolves, and I threw the Emperor's Champion at Ragnar, and we both had the secondary of challenge a character, kill that character in melee, kill that character in melee with the character that made the challenge. It's
of
like
course.
15 points right there.
Right.
So we were just like, no! And he's like, no! And we just, and he killed me. I almost got him, though. But yeah, then my second outing with them, face down Grey Knights, and I steamrolled them.
Yeah, you got a lot of anti-psyker and Black Templars.
Not that much, but I tied up
enough.
I tied up one of his psyker, or like I tied up his Castellan with Sword Brethren until my Emperor's Champion could walk down the Primrose Path and just boop.
Brody Quest playing all the way.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else did. I did get a game of AOS in.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, I know. I was playing regular, good old fashioned orcs.
Yes.
Against it was a 2v2 game against Jess and Amber, and it worked. It went fine. Once again, giants are awful, and I hate them.
Giant's gonna giant DPS check of an army.
Yeah, it was just I just got vibe checked by a giant. Big Cabbage didn't do nearly as much as I was hoping it would, but
yeah.
Oh well.
So that kind of brings us into our news.
Yeah.
So one of the news items is that leaked, kind of. We all know a winter FAQ is coming.
Yeah.
Because that just is what Games Workshop does.
Yeah,
with
because
Age
they've
of
been
Sigmar
doing
now.
it. Yeah.
Things going up and down in points. Things like Marathi going up, Gotrek going up like 15 points.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ooh. The Maw Crusher's changing. I think it's going up a little bit too.
Okay.
Can
I have a feel no pain, please?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think AOS is in a bad place right now,
no.
but those god monsters are all problematic and do need to go up in points.
Yeah.
So I hope that happens. But of course, I hope none of my stuff goes up.
Right. It's just a problem, like in general, of like, man, especially with the way the AOS is put together, you want your mythic stuff to be good, right?
Yeah.
You want to put your mythic stuff on the table every single time.
But the flip side of that
But-
is it's always disappointing when you play Daughters of Cain and you basically know that Maranthi's going to be on the field.
All dang day.
Because she's just so good for her points that
Right,
you would be you are nerfing yourself if you do not play her.
Mhm.
Which is not where you want it. You want everything to be a viable side grade, which is incredibly difficult in a game with 25 armies
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So, not to rag on Games Workshop, we'll get to that later.
We've got plenty of that to do.
So, as far as things not leaked, what do we know is coming?
I haven't been paying that close attention because I've been too busy drooling over the Tau Codex.
Yes,
So
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, so we know the Tau Codex is coming.
yeah.
And they just announced a new, what's his name?
It's Darkstrider.
Darkstrider. That was
Yeah,
it.
he's getting a new model because the old one was fine cast already.
I love their little baby drones.
Mm-hmm. Like, fly, my children. No, my children.
The dronelets.
The dronelets. Yeah. Can we say that in this time slot?
Uh,
Probably. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You can't be racist in space.
isn't that the
Entire
entire
point of 40K.
Yeah, I was
yes.
about to say.
But yeah, between they just dropped all the new Tau stuff as far as the combat doctrines, essentially. And they're not something you have to call once every turn, once every game, and it's just like that. I like that better.
Mhm.
Much less character necessitating, not much less things necessitating having specific characters. Much more baked into the codex because it's part of their combat doctrine.
Yeah, the specific characters thing is always kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like, well, you have to bring,
Yeah. Well,
Farsight, better bring Shadow Sun, better bring Darkstrider.
Yeah. But I'm happy with the pulse rifle changes. About time.
Extra range is always nice.
Extra range and an AP -1. Gimme.
Yeah. It always felt weird that they were called plasma weapons and then they just had no armor piercing.
Well, they are a phased plasma bolt.
Sure, but you'd still think that thing would have some capability to punch through armor.
Right, but consider also Tau plasma rifles are only AP2 and strength 6.
Right.
Like Eldar
Well, that's
plasma
because they're very
rifles.
specifically safer than Imperium ones.
Yeah. Much safer. I'm hoping for more battlesuit upgrades. Just I won't say no. Cyclic ion blasters getting a little stronger, but I will also not say no to just give me some more AP, a little bit more punch.
As long as we don't get the Fish of Fury again, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Fish of Fury can happen anymore because of the way the vehicle rules happen now.
Watch them.
Maybe. Other than that, just give me some new battle suits. I don't need new sculpts. I just need new versions. Like, just give me something.
I think you got your one new model.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I didn't get my one new model. I got 10 new models. See the Pathfinders.
Oh yeah, I
like
forgot
to
about
see,
those.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Child Pathfinders in proper 40K.
I'd like
with
to
that
see
gear.
the Death Corps of Krieg in proper 40K.
Well, right.
and not as a resin sculpt from Forge World.
Boy, wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, it would be.
Moving on, yeah, I mean, Tau Codex hubs. It's like, I don't know, just make them good. Don't make them overwhelmingly good. We have enough Tau players here already.
Yeah, Tau being overwhelmingly good is a bigger problem than other
Yeah.
armies being overwhelmingly good because of the non-play experience.
Yeah.
and that was not a typo in my head. That was
No.
I mean the non-play experience of you
yeah.
don't get to play.
Like,
Because
I mean, a couple of years ago, it was Mini Wargaming put out a gag video. It's like, all right, it's 2021. We're playing Tau v Tau, and just they'd roll a dice. Like, all right, congrats, you won. Just won. And it was like, okay, well, on a 4-up, I win.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. But I remember when Tau was like impossibly good.
yeah,
And then I remember when Tau was impossibly bad.
Yeah,
And now they're middle of the road, and I'm like, I'll take it.
Fat middle, to steal the term.
Mm-hmm. Hardcore middle of the road. But yeah, so Advent Engine.
Yeah.
It's going to be Eldar versus Slanesh Chaos. It's CSM.
So, in what format? In what way? So, are you thinking a box?
I'm definitely, it's going to be a box.
Because here's my called shot. Called Shot from the Rafters.
Okay.
Kill Team box.
Possible.
Eldar Rangers
Mm-hmm.
plus some sort of
Won't be
chaos.
Eldar Rangers.
It won't be?
No, there's too many Aspect Warrior weapons in the advent box.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an Aspect Warrior team.
It might be an Aspect Warrior kill team. Yeah. My call is going to be it's a Hexfire, but for
a battle box.
a battle box.
Yeah.
Where they show off. I think new Fire Dragons probably. And then I'm not sure. It's probably like thematically it should be Slanesh Marines, but who knows?
Yeah. There is. There's rumors and leaks. There's that one really famous leak sheet that's been going around where everything on it's been accurate so far.
Mm-hmm.
So people say this is definitely true. That says, but on the other hand, it also says things like squats are coming back.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, sure.
No.
Hey, I'd love to be wrong. Actually, I wouldn't love to be wrong. I don't particularly care about squats.
Yeah, me either.
I play Carriage on if I want to play squats.
Right.
Hey-o.
Mm-hmm.
But that one did hint at a Chaos Knight update.
Yeah. And they just released the pictures like, hey, Chaos Knights, hey, Imperial Knights, little boxes.
Yeah.
Remember the Apocalypse boxes? Yeah, come buy them.
But yeah, I've not been paying, very admittedly, I've not been paying a lot of attention to the Advent engine because I don't particularly care for Eldar or Chaos Space Marines.
I have both of those armies.
So, yeah, so I kind of was like, oh, that's nice. Pew, tune out.
Yep. Eldar were my first 40K army.
I'm
so.
sorry.
Eat it. They were great. They've been up and down.
Oh, so you're a man after Robot Gilliman's heart. Okay.
Yeah. I hate you. Anyway, yeah, no, Eldar have been great and they've been terrible and they are currently terrible, but they've been great. So, it's like Tau also.
I mean, it happens to all armies. They get,
Except for Space Marines.
except for Space Marines because they get 2 codex every edition.
Oh,
when they start, because what happens
Yeah.
is Games Workshop releases a codex,
Yeah.
or a battle tome,
Yeah.
as in the Age of Sigmar case,
Mhm.
and then as the edition goes on, some codexes or battle tomes fall out of favor because the game other things get introduced that they don't have the thing to counter. Their points get changed, but they don't get updated mechanics.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are evergreen, like Nurgle stayed relevant all throughout Age of Sigmar 2nd and 3rd edition.
Don't tell Tipton that.
Yeah,
I feel you though.
Even that they've always placed in tournaments.
Right.
Now, their rules are clunky and they need an update. They're also getting an update coming this Saturday, I think.
Yeah,
At the time of recording.
soon, yeah.
So 1, 2, 3 days. But they worked.
Right. Yeah,
and then
they
you
were
have
functional.
things like Beasts of Chaos, which just don't function basically anymore. You can play them, but then again, they were never good even when they came out.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe a better
They've always been crap just because they're supposed to be fodder.
maybe a better example would be Bone Reapers,
Yeah.
who came out and were, the boogeymen.
Yeah.
But then a nerf combined with the AOS 3.0 rules change.
Yeah, made them not well. Yeah, they started with the AOS 3.0 rules change. They became useless.
Yeah, they're
and
hard
then
to play
they
now.
became. Oh, okay. It works like this now.
Yeah, they're playable, but they need a new edition.
Yeah. So they're probably in the.
Anyway, which is a fancy way of saying, going back to, Space Marines get 2 of those to make sure that doesn't happen to them. They get one at the beginning, and then they get an update to make sure they stay relevant.
Yeah. Chaos Space Marines fairly regularly get 2 codexes too.
Yeah.
And it seems to have not ever helped.
Nope. Well, yeah.
It's whatever.
Different story. Moving on to non-Games Workshop news.
We have some of that? Oh, yes. Yes, we do.
Yes, we will be talking about non-GW things sometimes.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, Games Workshop, it's the elephant in the room. It's the giant of the industry. But you and I both love things that are not Games Workshop.
It's true.
Speaking of things that I love, sort of, well, things that I love and then things that I absolutely hate.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some Kickstarters. Some crowdfunding news.
Hey, hot dog. Yeah. Where do we want to start with actual Kickstarter projects or the platform itself?
Boy, we better start with the projects themselves
Yeah.
or it will be very negative. So, HeroQuest hit retail.
Yeah, it sure did.
That wasn't a Kickstarter, by the way. That was,
Yeah, that was-
Hasbro made their own crowdfunding platform.
As you do.
Yeah, to crowdfund a game that definitely did not need to be crowdfunded in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and
There was no risk in that.
there wasn't any
They
risk,
knew
no.
darn well that they were going to sell
Yeah.
that based on nostalgia.
It's true.
I didn't buy it.
I may yet buy it, but I still have a whole box of Dragon Strike that I haven't gotten through yet.
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the platform. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Hero Quest hit retail. You had a Kickstarter come up that you were interested in.
I sure did. Yeah, Monster Apocalypse just opened its pledge manager after breaking like $1 million on. Because hey, not a lot of people played Monster Apocalypse because it had a really stupid way of getting miniatures to you. But when you did, it was a really good game, and they are solving this problem.
Yeah,
in a big way
by producing them in mass.
Yeah,
and
producing them en masse and in a box set.
So that will come to retail eventually, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, for all that they put out for this thing.
Hey.
Well, yeah, no, I understand.
I'll talk about that in my segment because
I mean, like Galaxy Hunters came to retail too, so
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be Kickstarter exclusive.
So did you back it?
I sure did.
How much and what'd you get for it?
The top of the line one.
All in, baby.
All in, baby. Yeah.
Here, Kickstarter. Just get on that pole and I'll make you dance.
Yep. But I was originally gonna go with just like the core set and a couple of the expansions, and then they released like, hey, if you buy the whole thing, and I had originally just Kickstarted it for what it was, and then they came out with like hey, you know, when we open the backer kit or whatever it is, you'll have X amount of money in credits, so you want to change out whatever you get. I'm like, yes. And then I was just like, well, I'll just take all of this. Yeah, so I got everything on there. And because it was such a good deal, like I could have waited for that to come to retail, or I could just get it out of the way now.
Yeah, it's like if you know you're going to get everything,
Yeah.
that is one of the use cases for Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I Kickstart things a lot less nowadays, largely due to pandemic delays.
Yeah.
And just like uncertainty. But also because, the last thing I Kickstarted was the, we did that Empire's Fall Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Unboxing. And that was one I Kickstarted because that's not going to come to retail around me.
No.
I'm going to have to order it online anyway. And I just wanted to, that was one where I really wanted to support the creator. I Kickstarted the Reaper Bones, the last one. They do one like basically every year or every other year, I think.
Yeah.
I Kickstarted Bones 5. And, I got all those minis. I didn't do the full Kickstarter, but I got a whole lot of minis that I probably didn't need to get.
Probably not.
Because they're all going to come to retail.
Right.
And
but, hey, you got them now.
Yeah, that one I kind of regret because I could have just bought the minis I wanted.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, okay, I can, like, if I'm going to kickstart something and I know it's going to come to retail, I can wait on it and then scour every retail location and mini market that I know to get it, or I just do it now.
In Reaper's case, it's I know I could have just waited and bought it off their website.
Right, yeah.
But I was impatient, and there's that serotonin hit from hitting that button and getting a whole box of stuff a few months later. This is a gift for future Josh.
I'm still trying to figure out when the Monster Hunter World board game that I kickstarted is coming out.
Yeah, see, that was the one I was going to talk about that I kickstarted a while ago, was the Darkest Dungeon board game.
Oh, yeah.
And I kickstarted that one. I love Darkest Dungeon. One of my favorite games I've ever played. I love the look of the minis. And that one very specifically says it's never coming to retail.
Oh, wow.
Which kind of bugs me, actually. That one actually wasn't a Kickstarter, though. That was GameFound.
Come see, come saw.
Crowdfunding, yeah. Well, we're about to get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But before that, let me talk about the one I did just back. Was the Borderlands board game. Made by Monster Fight Club.
Oh, yeah.
Who,
the one that won't stop sending me emails.
Yeah, Monster Fight Club, very prolific email senders. They're more of a terrain studio until now.
Impressive. Yeah.
So there's two reasons. First off, Borderlands 1 is one of my favorite games. I loved Borderlands 1.
Okay.
It had a much more muted tone
Yes, it did.
than the other two, and I loved it for that.
Yeah.
I like the gameplay of the other two. The story is just 2 is fine, 3 is terrible.
Shut up, Anthony.
And then of course we get into the problems people were having with Gearbox and
Grease.
Yeah, Mr. Pitchford and his weird USBs full of weird things. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
But I still wanted to back it because I want to paint those minis.
Right.
There's also a very interesting thing they're doing with the way they're making them. Because they're plastic.
Oh, right, yeah.
But
sort of
apparently, like,
wackadoo knot.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like a weird kind of casting where you can use rubber molds to make high detail plastic minis. If that works out and it's affordable and the detail's good,
Yeah.
oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know why they need all that money though, because now they're like $1.5 million, and if the molds are cheap, what are you gonna do with it?
Well,
Make more
operating
Borderlands minis,
costs,
apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's rad.
And that's another one of those things where they did not need to kickstart that.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Apocalypse maybe, because
Monster Apocalypse definitely needed
they're not
it.
a huge company.
Yeah, it's not Privateer. Yes, Privateer Press.
Yeah, it's Privateer Press. Which, well, Privateer Press doesn't always have good luck with their Kickstarters and their products.
Yeah.
Hello, Warcaster. I didn't back that, but
I didn't need to. I bought all the ones I wanted already.
I've never seen a game go on clearance so fast here. Anyway.
Shoot.
Yeah. But, anything that, like, a game backed by the Borderlands IP did not need a Kickstarter.
No. But they wanted to make... This is always my thing about it. They wanted to make sure that it gets into the hands of the people who really want it, and then they can worry about mass production later.
But you could just do pre-orders for that.
You could, but...
The reality is what it's about is advertising.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's about that because that means that Monster Fight Club can send me 20 emails a week about, hey, stretch goals, and they can post, and they can... it's all about
social media blitz.
Yeah, it's about social media blitz and getting hype and getting in on things while they are big.
Yes.
Which brings us to the other news about Kickstarter. Speaking about things that are just about getting in on them while they're big.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about that one while
Kickstarter has
drown myself?
Drown yourself. Yeah. Kickstarter has announced that they're gonna start using. I don't even like. This is one of those things. Like, I don't even know what you mean by this. Let me.
Hey, you probably want to bring up the useless tech bro.
Yeah.
Press release to read it in their own very, very dumb words.
All of them are dumb. Our mission is to help bring creative people to life. The power of a large network of people working towards a common goal. We're working towards a more open, collaborative, and decentralized future. We're supporting the development of an open source protocol that will create a decentralized version of Kickstarter's core functionality, living on a public blockchain. What?
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's like, none of that means anything.
Those are words that mean nothing.
You can create a decentralized version of a network or a protocol without anything about blockchain or NFT.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all just words they're using because they get press and they're big.
Yeah.
If you wanted to create, like, are they talking about accepting cryptocurrency as payment? You don't need a blockchain to do that?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be the case.
Pretty sure the store I work at accepts cryptocurrency as payment.
You won't see the protocol, but you will benefit from its improvements.
How? In what way?
It's just nonsense. You're saying words.
Right. Well, that's what it is. It's saying words for the purpose of saying words because it gets eyes and attention. Negative press is still press.
It's true.
And that's...
Crypto tokens and the coming of age of protocol innovation. Just stop.
Now, what I guarantee you what this really means is this is an avenue for people to kickstart crypto tokens or to kickstart NFTs.
Yeah.
Which, as a reminder, all currency's made up. Don't get me wrong. The dollar bill in my pocket is only worth $1 because we all agree it is. And the moment we stop agreeing on that, it doesn't worth anything.
I could stop a vampire with the faith that everybody has in my credit card.
Right. But, like, crypto particularly is just a currency that is not regulated or less regulated.
Yet.
We'll see if that changes. An NFT is just a, saying, okay, this thing, it's digital, but your string of digital numbers is owned only by you.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is. And it's stored on the blockchain, which is a way of saying it's stored in a random series of random things that anybody can access, but only you own.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you what they're trying to do here is trying to build press. And to me, that feels like the natural evolution of what Kickstarter has become.
Yeah, that's true.
Kickstarter is functionally a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Now, there are still people who use Kickstarter to kickstart small projects.
Yeah. Like I've got a couple of art books that are coming through.
I've got I've gotten a lot of 3D printed stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
STLs made by a guy who's like,
Some
okay,
dude.
I want to make these. I think what are the ones? Treadhead Rad. I think made my Raptor ray gun Raptors.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And he's like, okay, I want to keep making these, but I need money to make these so I can eat. And
I like having food.
gave him the money, got the STLs when he finished making them.
Ta-da!
That's what Kickstarter should be for.
Yeah.
It's not. But as far as Kickstarter going into this,
Yeah, that's...
so now this makes it difficult. It's like, I don't want to put my money into a company that's doing that.
Yeah. I don't, like, Discord threatened to get into NFTs, and the pushback was super hard.
Yeah.
Kickstarter doing the same. I'll bet dollars to pesos we're going to see Patreon try and get into NFTs.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they will.
And they're gonna reap the friggin' whirlwind from
and
it.
you got to remember, what NFT is like you own a digital thing, and even if somebody copies it, you still own it, and you can still sell it. That is the whole point.
Yeah.
And that's what really gets me about this.
Money
is it's
laundering.
Not, yeah, well, it's just about money.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing good for our hobby in this, certainly.
Not
because
a
it's
whit.
just a way of saying, like, I have this thing, and it's totally worth something. You have to pay for it now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, I don't. I can just,
right-click
it.
Yeah.
Um,
But, like, you want to support artists without using this stupid NFT crap. Just buy a friggin' commission from them.
Right, yeah, seriously.
Hey, guess what? You will be the only person that owns that because there are 2 copies of it.
Yeah.
There's the art print, like there's the art file that the artist made, and then there's the one that they send you.
Or
Ta-da!
Alternatively, just
It's an artisanal NFT.
handcrafted artisanal
Handcrafted
NFTs,
artisanal NFT. Drew it with my own pen.
baked with love.
Yeah.
Or just understand that part of the benefit, like what really gets me about this is one of the benefits of the digital age is that it's not scarce. There's no scarcity on art.
There's no scarcity.
Anybody can see the Mona Lisa now.
Yeah. It's not that fun.
Yeah, it's great painting.
I've seen the Mona Lisa.
Anybody
It
can
sure is
see an
pretty.
awesome amount of art and paintings. If you paint a mini, I can take a picture of it, and anybody can see that.
Yes.
And what this is an attempt to make it so that no, there's a real one that you have to pay to have, and then the
And
other
it's an
one.
ugly monkey.
Yeah. So I don't know what Kickstarter is doing with
They
this.
stole my ape, Shoto.
Stop referencing memes no one gets.
It's good. It's what it is. Anyway.
But anyway, it makes me disappointed in Kickstarter. It's the natural progression because Kickstarter is functionally a marketing tool.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me any less sad about it. So I got an email from Archon Studios, which, if you're not familiar, they do the Rampart terrain Kickstarters like every couple years or so.
And they're good.
I bought the last one. I love it. It's this really modular terrain. I've talked about Necromunda. I'm going to use some of that to build a Necromunda board.
Boy, howdy.
It's cheap. It's plastic. It's relatively inexpensive. Not super cheap, but it's durable. It's plastic. They have a nice peg and magnet system that you can use to make it modular. And I just got their email that I got a super sneak peek that I can't show apparently about their next project.
Sweet.
Which is the train set again with another theme, Imperial Ruins this time. Which
I saw in their header is it's like, well, it can be 1940s Germany, or it could be sometime in the far future. And it's just like, well,
isn't the far future of the first millennium just 1940s Germany? Anyway, but now it's like, I already gave my money away for the Borderlands thing. I guess I could cancel it.
Yeah.
But I don't particularly want to put my money into Kickstarter.
Nope.
If they're gonna be doing a bunch of
blockchain shenanigans.
Hey, buy, your Kickstarter, because I guarantee you what it's gonna be is, okay, you're gonna buy a Kickstarter, they're gonna go, and here's your free NFT, or at this level you get this picture of whatever thing, and only you own it. It's on a blockchain somewhere, and
don't want it.
I don't care
I'll
give
take that
my money to that.
Can I just get that back in actual money, please?
Yeah, can I exchange this at your store? No. I have to sell it to somebody else.
I have to screw somebody else over.
Yeah,
right.
so you're selling me something that I then have to sell to somebody else. Huh.
Yeah, well,
I think that's the plot of at least 4 Simpsons episodes.
that's the plot of at least 4 Everything's episodes.
Yeah.
That's the plot of capitalism.
What
Anyway,
always comes to my mind is that episode of Hey Arnold where Gerald got suckered into buying watches from that one guy and selling them. Anyway, 90s kids references. Now I'm thinking I just might wait for Archon Studios to release it. It's going to be more expensive on their website, but
well, I mean, with the currency exchange you'd have to do for it anyway, it's probably.
No, it always ends up being more expensive because
okay.
that's the point of their Kickstarters. They
give you pre-order.
Yeah, you get a pre-order.
Discount.
Because in their case, they do, this is marketing. Don't get me wrong. Archon Studios is doing the very smart thing of making a big marketing push. But they haven't actually made the molds yet. Or they've made the prototype molds.
Yeah.
Because they post updates And I got, my updates for Rampart 2 are only ended like, I don't know, 2 months ago.
Oh, jeez, there you go.
Because I didn't back the newest set.
Okay.
I only backed the old ones, so I got them immediately.
Oh, okay.
And then they sent emails to me for 2 months about, hey, here's our brand new molds. Check them out, man.
For the love of God, please take this. Yeah.
Well, no, they were sending them to all the excited people to we're seeing their new molds being made, But now it's just like, I could wait. And
I can wait, and I will wait.
I probably will now, which, boy, but how else, it's like the Discord thing. How do you send a message? You vote with your wallet.
Yeah. Vote with your wallet.
You don't let them get your money.
Simple as.
Because that's what the driving force here is cash.
It's always cash, yeah.
It's not publicity because bad press is press.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a downer topic.
So let's look at something a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Please tell me you have something more fun.
Well, maybe. Hey, those new battle groups for Warhammer 40K and Age of Sigmar sure came up.
The battle forces?
Yeah, the holiday strike forces or whatever.
Yeah, so that kind of brings us into
Yeah.
Holiday Hammer.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you do anything special that is miniatures related over the holidays?
No.
Yeah, kind of me neither. I know some people do, though.
I paint.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to take the 2 weeks I have off from teaching to paint, which that'll be fun.
Yeah, sure will. Maybe. Hopefully.
But you see a lot of sales and stuff around this time of year.
Right.
My mini factory is currently having a sale that I'm going to go home and check out.
I checked it out last night already. I bought some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Well, they hit me with the fall sale. Or it was a summer sale.
Oh.
So I got hit pretty hard by the summer sale. I have a lot of STLs to print. But I'm still gonna go look because
that's
I'm
funny.
hopeless.
We talk about digital bullcrap that you don't own, and then we're like, oh, by the way, we have like thousands of.
Yeah, but I can print that into
them,
a miniature.
I can make it real.
Right.
I don't have to
I can print out my stupid NFT on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Well, nobody accepts that as currency. At least miniatures have some worth. Anyway.
Well, that's debatable too.
Well, right. I mean, with the right people.
Have you seen eBay?
Ooh. I was looking for Stegodons last night. Yeah, there's some worth there. But yeah, hey, let's talk about these battle groups, eh?
Or I'm just gonna, or
just Holiday Hammer in general.
Holiday Hammer in general. Yeah, just this hobby around the holiday times.
Yeah.
It can be rough to find time to hobby when you've got family who are coming to annoy you and like bake cookies and things. What do people do over Christmas? I don't know.
I go back to my mom's house and I sit down with my family and we eat a lot of food and I talk nerdy crap with my uncle and then ne'er the twain shall meet until Easter. I mean, we do the gift giving and we generally nonce about, but
yeah.
But
I saw a great video from Midwinter Minis about holiday gift giving, which was
that one too.
Don't buy your friends' models.
Yeah,
but I gotta say, I don't know if I entirely agree.
That video is, I feel, specifically tailored to people who are buying things for a spouse, loved one, brother, sister.
It was a great video, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I think he's dead on the money of don't buy minis for someone for their army.
Right.
Don't buy minis you think they need.
Right.
Which is, I've often heard that put out as a general rule for Christmas or gifts or for birthday gifts.
Yeah.
Don't buy things you think people need unless they ask for them.
Precisely.
Or they're very, very generalist.
Or they have an Amazon wish list.
Yes. So step one, check their wish list. Amazon, Games Workshop has a wish list system.
It sure does.
You don't have to buy it from Games Workshop.
I have one I labeled Unbridled Avarice.
I have one labeled I hope I win these in that thing they did where they give you your card.
Yeah, there you go.
Spoiler, I didn't win.
Nope. Tears. Anyway. But yeah, like...
Did you fill out the form for the chance to win a free year of Warhammer?
No.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
But you could.
I could, yeah, except I already have all the minis I want. For now.
eBay. I bet there's a clause in there that says you can't sell them.
Oh, I bet there is.
I know there is for like their partner program.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. If they mail you free stuff, you can't sell it. I bet it's the same thing.
Well, duh.
Anyway.
Anywoots. Yeah. Yeah, like Holiday Hammer... Honestly, with the way that my life is, holidays are the time where I don't think about my hobbies.
Fair enough.
Like, where I just, my hobby for the next, 2 or 3 days is hang out with my family and eat.
Yeah. Which is fair.
And
'cause-
gosh darn it, I'm good at that.
yeah. That's all you need, really.
Ponder
Family and
this
eating.
orb.
Family, friends, and eating,
Yeah.
For me personally, it's like none of the people who buy gifts for me
Yeah.
know anything about any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to get any Warhammer or any
Yeah.
minis or any paints
Nope.
over the holidays.
Yeah.
With luck, I'll get some cash that I
Mm-hmm.
can then blow on Warhammer minis and paints.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really get big gifts of stuff unless you count the bonus from working at the store, which does count
Yeah.
technically,
Well, yeah, and
because that's getting spent on minis.
yeah. The thing about it is
That's
this
getting
kind
spent on the Necromunda box. I guarantee it.
this is a thing that happens to people once they hit about 25.
Mm-hmm.
That they have a job and they have disposable income.
If I want something,
If
I
I
can
want
buy it.
something, I just go buy it. I mean,
Yeah.
like on Black Friday, the BattleTech stuff restocked, and I was just like, all right, well, here's $200, and now I never have to worry about it or buy it again.
I wonder where all that BattleTech stuff went. You took it home, huh?
Just me. Anyway, but yeah, like more to the point, like don't worry about getting the right thing because wargamers are ingenious. And we will figure out something to do with it. Now, you may have accidentally started a new army.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
But then again, buying someone a new army is like buying because that is
Well,
the
not
one
even a
problem.
new army, but just like, oh, you bought me one miniature from a range I don't collect. Well, got to make a battle force out of this.
The problem with buying a crafty person crafty things is
Yes.
that you run the risk of buying them a job.
Right. Yeah.
If you get someone something that they need to make or paint or build or anything like that, or if you like, it's like if you buy someone a knitted yarn
Oh, yeah.
and you go, hey, you could use this for this, and they go, yeah, I could.
Great. More stuff.
More
Yeah.
stuff I need to make, because then you feel obligated to make it.
Right.
So don't buy something for someone that they might feel obligated to use or make, unless you're a jerk, in which case go ahead and do that and then
Yeah.
gaslight them
Screw
about
'em.
it. Not that I have problems with that. Buy them generalist use items.
Yeah.
So Warhammer, what are generalist use items in Warhammer?
Hobby clippers.
Clippers, not the ones from Games Workshop. They're too expensive.
No. You can buy a stack this tall of wire cutters from Harbor Freight.
Well, you don't want wire cutters. You want flush cutters.
Well, or yeah, flush cutters, what they are.
There
excuse
you
me.
go.
But yeah, you can buy a stack this tall of flush cutters, and those things they'll burn out, but they'll build for you.
If you want a spring, you could buy something like the God Hands.
Ching, baby.
I mean, they're $50,
Right.
which is a lot. But hey, I said if you want a spring.
Yeah. Or you can just get the regular ones, which are $7.
Yeah,
And they're still pretty good.
But they're not God Hands. God Hands are really good. Have you ever tried them?
No.
They are fantastic.
I have
good.
noticed a substantial upgrade between the flush cutters and the
Yeah, buying anything
other
meant
ones.
for Gunpla is serious business because they take it very seriously about building their models crispy clean.
yes, indeed we do.
Other things, yeah, hobby supplies in general.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily paints because you don't know if they have those paints or need them paints. If you have somebody in your life who paints Warhammer, like buying them like Nuln Oil and Agrex Earthshade
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
is probably a good bet.
Yeah. Texture paints of any color.
Texture paints of any color, maybe that's a little more.
I think. Well, yeah. I think anybody who's into the hobby at this point will take any color for their.
Well,
bases.
'cause, like,
maybe don't get like the red one.
Right. Well, 'cause
Right,
you
it
can
took
paint.
it this-
Well, I mean,
yeah.
pro tip: all the GW texture paints are the same 2 paints. So sorry, the same 3 paints. Small crackle, big crackle,
And
Valhalla and Blizzard,
yes,
with different pigments in them.
right. Obviously,
Uh,
if you get one of the brown ones, they'll find a use for it.
right. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, it's 5 paints: small grit, big grit, small crackle, big crackle, Valhalla and Blizzard.
There it is. But yeah, like, a battle mat is not a bad investment.
If they don't have one already, yeah, a nice battle mat.
I can always use another one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dice.
Especially- Yeah, dice.
Dice are always good.
Just
that
beat me
also
over the
works
head
for
with
D&D
dice.
players.
Oh yeah, big time.
Any game player, figure out what game they play, figure out what dice it uses, buy them a set.
Yep.
If you want a spring, buy them nice metal ones.
I have a couple of sets of nice metal ones.
I've never used metal dice.
they go clunk.
Yes, that's why I've never used them.
Yeah. We had a D&D retreat a couple of months back, and we're like, yeah, hey, everybody use your metal dice. And then we stopped and we looked at the nice hardwood table.
Oh!
We're just like, all right, dice trays, everybody. Yep. Okay, dice trays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. You need a wooden one.
Yeah.
Like a wooden
Clank.
dice tray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the rattle is so cool. I've heard that. Like, it makes you feel like you're at a casino. What was the one I had another option for
Dice trays.
dice
battle
trays, battle mats,
Terrain.
terrain. Yeah, maybe. Again, that runs the risk of handing them a job.
Right. But
Now, building and painting something for something for someone, and then
There
giving
it
to
is.
them. That's a lot of effort. That's for someone you really like.
that's for somebody you really give a crap about.
Yeah. But it's certainly something you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You if there's the big thing is like you can always just ask.
Yeah.
But if you're determined to make it a surprise, bags, glues, paint brushes are not a bad idea.
Yeah, just because hobbyists will run through
Go to
paintbrushes
the
like
store, craft store and get cheap paintbrushes because hobbies will blow through those.
Oh yeah. Brush cleaner wouldn't hurt.
Brush cleaner, yeah,
Yeah.
the Master's brush soap or the
Yeah.
one I use is the Jen's Drunken Brush Group.
I just use isopropyl alcohol.
Oh yeah, isopropyl alcohol. Buy them isopropyl alcohol.
Especially if they have a 3D printer.
Yeah. Oh gosh, if they're a 3D printer, find out whether they use water washable or isopropyl. Don't buy them water, but buy them isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
If you can get your hands on it.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Careful you don't buy so much that you have to have a hazmat license to transport it, though. Theoretically possible.
Theoretically possible. Yeah. Well, it's theoretically possible to eat enough bananas that you die from radiation poisoning too.
Killing yourself with isopropyl alcohol is a lot easier.
That's true.
Accidentally. But I guess because we got on this topic by talking about the Battle Force boxes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. I don't think those are good buys for someone, unless it's like, hey, you're a spouse or a partner or a friend, and like, oh boy, I really want that, but I can't afford it. I'm not going to buy it. And then you got to make sure you're the only one buying it for them.
Yeah.
But if you do that, if you have that kind of planning and that kind of close relationship, one of the Battle Force boxes or a box of minis or something they want, that can be a great gift. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to shy people away from that.
Yeah.
But going, hey, send me your wish list and getting someone off of that is probably one of the best things.
It's probably just the safest thing to do.
But there are a lot of people who think that legitimately violates the spirit of Christmas or whatever holiday because it's supposed to be a surprise. And if someone asks for something, you're not supposed to get them that. Maybe I just grew up in a weird family.
I think you will grow up in a weird family.
I know I grew up in a weird family, but I got my grandma puzzles.
From here? Oh boy.
I didn't get her the Buddy Jesus one.
Anyway, so with all that, we don't really have to cover the Regiment of Renown that came out in the White Dwarf.
Yeah, there's a Tyranid Regiment of Renown.
Nidzilla's back.
Well, it's not
fun.
out yet.
Well, yeah, it
It's just
will
been
be
leaked.
out.
Nidzilla's back. Big
stompy bugs.
Tyranid Monster Mash.
Yep.
Guess we should have put that under news. We forgot.
It's good news.
If you're a Tyranid player, you're used to waiting to the end.
Yep.
And being left out. So really, we're just being on theme for you.
Oh, it's sad, but it's true.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this.
Oh, there you go.
It's a butt. This is what the GW thinks of you.
Filthy
Xenos
is where the
player.
poo comes
Are you
out.
trying to have fun with something that isn't Space Marines? Get back in the
Get back in there.
Get back in the closet till we need you. As an antagonist for an edition.
So, unless you have any other pressing news, we have things that belong in closets again.
The Puma Cola is pretty good.
Oh, that's
Puma
good.
Cola by Sprecher. I got this at my local Menards.
Oh.
It tastes like actual cola taste.
That's so weird that it's at Menards. Anyway.
Yeah, it's the only place I get it.
Yeah.
Maybe with real honey in Wisconsin. Ooh. Not a sponsored episode. I do like my soda though.
So hey, let's talk about the pile of shame that we've been putting off for about like a month and a half now, huh? Thanks. R.I.P. Jeff's ears. So yeah, what have you gave yourself the plan to get all of those Stormcast built, right?
Sure.
And did you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I built an epic butt ton of Stormcast.
Oh, okay, good.
I built the ones I wanted to build and then kept going.
Alrighty. just rolling on the river on that one, huh?
Yeah, I just built and built and built and built. And I have most of the Stormcast that I need for my lists.
Okay.
But then the Stormdrake Guard came out. I've got one of 2 built.
Okay. You built Krondits too?
Yeah, I built Krondis.
Okay.
Well, actually, I built Kazurai. I'll build Krondis later.
Yeah.
I like the way Kazurai looks better.
Okay.
I think
That's fair.
I think Scar is cooler than Mufasa. So.
Brother, help me. Long live the king. Anyway.
Denmark is now Norwegian. It's just Hamlet.
It is just Hamlet, yeah. But yeah.
If Kazurai kills Krondis in the Age of Sigmar lore, I'm out.
But yeah, so the point being that you did all that.
I sure did.
You succeeded.
Yep.
Good. And you feel happy about it?
Yeah. I
Good.
mean, it's been 2 months since we talked about it, so if I hadn't done it at this point,
Yeah,
I think
a problem.
yeah. Well, it happens. Sometimes sometimes you fall behind on your hobbies.
It's true.
You had the goal of painting the Morghast, right?
All 4 of them. Yep.
And did you paint all 4 of them? Oh, look! Morghast just appeared!
Yeah,
the power
hey.
of editing!
Yeah, through the power of boop.
Through the power of editing!
Yeah, now these are mostly finished. Obviously, they have the 3 colors on them. Oh, sorry.
They look good.
Yeah, thank you. I just saw you.
I like the teal.
Yeah.
And the brass works with the teal. The good
Yeah.
complement of colors. The red is a nice standout.
That was an accident.
Oh,
the red on the base is a.
I was thinking on the blades.
Oh yeah, no, that's blood.
Oh, okay. You didn't use blood for the blood god?
I didn't have any.
Oh, I don't like blood for the blood god.
Yeah, I had to.
It's fine.
Yeah, I had to break this one apart and redo it to make the pose not suck
Oh.
because he was doing this, and as I was, pulling him apart, he's still kind of a little bit wibbly.
Arm disassembly action.
Yeah, but yeah, this guy never really came together terribly well, but you see, he just kind of slots in there. He looks better than everybody else, so I'll call that a win. I used Mordant Earth on this one, was not impressed with this, and then I was informed that the way you properly use Mordant Earth is not the way I did it.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
You paint color underneath it.
Yep.
And then you pile it on there.
Yeah.
It needs to be thick enough to crackle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just bad texture.
Otherwise, it's just pooey texture.
Right.
So, on the good news, I have a really solid base to paint on.
Yeah. You can put Mordant Earth right over that. It's fine. It'll work.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put some like purple or something under it just to make we're
Spooky shade. I think I did that with my purple sun.
Yeah. This is your suggestion I'm taking.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I had the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah. Well, it's all that polecat cola you drink.
Puma cat cola.
I know what I said.
Like the Puma man.
Puma man. So that being said, hey, one last thing. I spray coated 2 of these. I base coated them with the brass.
Rune Lord
brass. Yes. And then the other 2 I had to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Rune Lord brass over white.
You ran out of primer?
Yeah. Well, what happened was you had actually primed the two of them.
Oh, I primed that in Wraithbone.
Yeah. It was Wraithbone. So these 2 that look better and don't have white spots sticking out of them in some places.
Use a spray can next time.
I did.
You sprayed over the Wraithbone?
Oh no, I didn't spray over the Wraithbone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. But I just had to kind of go in by hand, and then I sprayed these down by with the spray primer. I was like, oh, I like these better.
I see. You did one and then did the other. Yeah. Rune Lord GW metallic paints are not particularly covering.
They are what they are.
They have bad coverage, so you have to do a couple layers or 4.
Yeah, and the other problem was that, of course, these things have these weird, wonky little nibbles in them.
Lot of wonks. Yeah.
Can we say that in this time slot?
Yes.
Anyway, so hey, what's our new goal?
Well, I'm going to finish.
This is our recurring segment that comes on this show. The pile of shame, in which we try desperately every 2 weeks to make sure that we get something painted for the love of God.
Yeah, or at least built.
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish building my Stormdrake Guard.
Right.
I got 1 left. Well, 1.5. I got to put the wings on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I got to finish building him. I want to build my Necromunda marketplace that I've got.
Oh, cool.
Because I want to use that for Necromunda because it's really fun. And I want to prime Krondis, or rather Kazurai. I want to prime Kazurai, and that might not seem like a lot, but I'm going to be doing some underpriming. By the time I get home, I will actually have a new airbrush compressor because my old one was a tankless, and it was due to the humidity in where I live. I live next to a swamp. Like, I look outside my window and there's a swamp.
Okay.
So I live in a very humid environment.
Somehow you managed to...
And, well, even blowing out the air,
Yeah.
I've noticed that the moisture trap has rust in it, which means the inside is rusting. So I need to not use that compressor anymore before it, like, explodes and kills me.
Yeah, please don't do that.
So I'm getting a new compressor.
The irony is that you're the Stormcast player who lives next to where the cruel boys come
Yeah,
out.
well, hey, we're invading the swamp.
Yep.
Get out of my swamp. It's a terrible, terrible Shrek impression.
That was a terrible John Candy impression. Anyway.
What, Shrek? Yes, Shrek was a terrible John Candy impression.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, so
yeah, those are my goals.
those are your goals.
Build Stormdrake. Build Necromunda Underhive Marketplace.
Yeah.
Prime Krondus. Base coat Krondus.
Yep, Prime.
Kazurai, whatever. The dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Durgan.
And now, yeah, it is law. It is written.
It is done.
It is done. And as far as I'm concerned, I picked up I picked up Helbrecht the other day. I've still got jeez. I bought an Infernal Master for 1,000 Suns. I have all these characters that I've built but I haven't painted yet.
Pick one.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely gonna do Helbrecht.
Okay.
And I want 3 colors, all that good stuff.
Paint Hair Helbrecht. Got it.
Mm-hmm. That's High Marshal Helbrecht to you.
Well, at least I didn't call him Commandant.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like with all the stuff that you want to build in Prime and get done, I should do something more than just Helbrecht.
Well, to be fair, he is a named character going in your army. I think you
That's
could afford
true.
to spend a fair bit of chunk of time on him. If you want to. If you don't, then pick something else.
Yeah, maybe I'll just tag something else on there for.
And hey, that's
for
just your
giggles.
minimum goal.
Yeah,
you can surpass
Indeed.
and overcome.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I'm going to touch up my Outriders.
Can we say that in this time slot?
Gee, I hope so. Yeah, no, I've got the Outriders from, just
The bikes with no clearance, yeah.
yeah, the
The ground drag bikes, yeah.
yeah. I painted. They have 3 colors on them, but they are not good. 3 good colors. So I'm gonna fix that.
All right.
So
Sounds good to me.
Helbrecht and Outriders, make them look good. Bam. And that brings us to the end of the show, such as it is. As always, come check out all of our affiliate links down under the link.
We have affiliate links?
Yeah, we do now.
Yeah.
I
I don't get any of that. So I don't care what you do.
Yeah, come on down to my TeePublic store. You can get the Hamtaro Says Unionized shirt. And the
God, we're ending our first episode with shilling, CJ?
Oh, of
I
course.
expected better.
No, you didn't.
I was just going to say,
yeah.
thanks for listening to the first episode of the Miniatures Rundown podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. We're going to make this a nice little bi-weekly adventure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're, for some reason you enjoyed this, let us
give
know
us
with
a
a
like.
comment below and a like.
Yep.
And
Rate us on iTunes whenever such.
oh, come on, this isn't going up on iTunes.
Well, I mean, we can throw anything on iTunes.
No, you're thinking the Steam store.
Oh yeah.
Buy our Steam NFT game.
Yeah, it's called Own a Piece of CJ's Soul.
We're putting this on the blockchain. You can own an audio copy of this podcast. It is only yours. You can't.
Yes,
You can't.
You
Don't
can
do
do
that.
it,
Don't
William.
look for it.
Anyway,
We'll see you next time.
we'll see you next time.